All right, everybody, you're welcome to today's session. And today we're looking at something very, very powerful and very, very important in this particular uh, dispensation in the marketplace with what is happening with businesses, what is happening with careers, what is happening with the fast change that is going on from politics to governance to technology to changes in human behavior and all of that. All of these things happening around us should be a key concern for any professional, for any entrepreneur who is very conscious when it comes to their desirability in being relevant and being a key player in a fast changing society. I have always told you guys that if you have access to a smartphone, you have access to the internet, and you can read and write, there are some things happening around the world that you cannot just ignore. Like, for example, there are many people who may think that the Russian-Ukraine stuff happening, it will not affect them. But I can categorically tell you that it is affecting you. Maybe the person in a typical village is not yet being affected, but someday there is a wave. There is something that is going to cause that to happen. You know, for example, let me give you a ripple effect. Europe and America depends a lot on the Russian oil and energy and all of that. And with Russia being sanctioned economically and all of that, they can no longer export their oil to, let's say, Europe and so on. Oil prices and energy is going to increase. So if your family member who works in Europe usually earns 2,000 euros a week, and they can save and send you home 200,000 francs. Now, that, as a result of inflation, increase in prices and energy and other things, they may earn that 2,000, but it will no longer be as heavy or as powerful as it used to be. So instead of them being able to send you back 200 euros, they may actually not send you anything again because things are becoming difficult than they used to be, or because they will send you less, maybe 50 euros or 100 euros. That is a ripple effect of what is happening somewhere that you may not anticipate. Same for business people. If you're in business and technology, anything that is happening anywhere in any nation, because the world is more connected now than it used to be 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So a shift in any economy, a shift in any nation, a shift in any industry, an introduction, if a company introduces a new innovation, a new technology, there is going to be a shift in that economy, and it affects you and I. Now, the question is, how do you live? How do you dominate? How do you thrive in an economy like this? And you cannot exclude yourself from this kind of economy. There is no way. You cannot do that. There is no way you can say that, oh, you know what, I am just there, except you're going to decide and move to the village. And even if you do, some years to come, it's going to come meet you there. Or you're going to decide and say, you know what, I have chosen the path of irrelevance. I have chosen the path of not being useful. I have chosen the path of just being a mediocre and being somebody who moves around and begs for bread. But if you are somebody who is conscious and you desire to lead a life that is full of significance, that is full of results, that is full of value creation, that is full of being, that's full of that desire to be a key stakeholder in your industry, whether in agriculture, technology, education, restoration, hotels, healthcare, whatever sector you are in, that you are very conscious and you desire that, you know, I don't just want to exist. I do not just want to be a mediocre professional, but I want to be a key stakeholder that what they say, what they do can play a critical role in my industry and in my economy. Then The lifestyle of leadership I'm about to teach you in this course or in this session today, you need to critically take note of, and not just listening like another leadership course or leadership lecture, but this is leadership for career dominance. This is leadership for business dominance. This is leadership for relevance in a fast-moving and competitive economy. So I want us to be very conscious about that. Very conscious about this. Because I kept started talking about these things of being relevant in a fast-moving economy in 2018. And that's why I wrote the book, The Future of Work in Africa. And there are many things I spoke about that they are happening right now. There are many young people that are lost. There are many CEOs that are lost. They don't know whether their company is moving forward or moving behind. COVID-19 alone taught us a very powerful lesson. In Cameroon alone, the Anglophone crisis, the funny leadership going up and down is teaching a lot of people a lot of lessons. Some are being taken by surprise. Some are being kicked out of the market. Some are experiencing a drop in profitability. Some don't even know what to do or how to do it. The current inflation rate, you go to supermarket, prices of things, the way they used to be 3 months ago, they have increased at a particular moment. A lot of things are changing. But how do you keep your business? How do you keep your career relevant in this kind of fast-moving and competitive economy? And that's why this is leadership for career dominance and leadership for business competitive advantage. So if you're ready, let's look at the key fundamentals. Leadership is the most important single factor in determining business success or failure in our competitive, turbulent, fast-moving economy. There is no way that a business can succeed beyond the leadership capabilities of the founder, the CEO, or the appointed managing director of that business. There is no way a department can grow beyond the leadership capabilities. There's no way a department can grow beyond the leadership capabilities of that departmental head. So if you call yourself an entrepreneur, if you call yourself an executive, if you call yourself a professional who is growing, you need to make sure that your leadership game is very important. Because in a fast-moving, competitive, turbulent economy, the right leadership can determine your success. The wrong leadership can fast forward your failure in that particular economy. And that is why it is important that self-leadership is critical. A leader, a CEO, an executive who cannot lead his or herself to do the right things at the right time will struggle. Like just being able to get there from bed at 4 a.m. so you can attend the session is self-leadership. Being able to discipline yourself, lead yourself, and do what is required at the right time is part of this leadership lifestyle in a competitive economy. There are many, many people that will become irrelevant, not because the industry desire to make them irrelevant, not because they don't have the ability or the knowledge to become relevant. No, they do. They have the knowledge to become, like many of you here. Many of you have been in PPA for 2 years today, 3 years today. And I teach you some of the best things that people pay hundreds of thousands for me to teach them in different companies, right? And you have this knowledge. But for many of you, your problem is not knowledge. For many of you, if you don't attend seminars for the next 2 years and you're current with the knowledge I've been teaching you and you implement it, you will still win very big in life. The challenge now is you don't lead yourself to produce the result that you have to produce to remain relevant in your industry or in that particular economy where you operate. That is the challenge. And that is where self-leadership comes in. And that is why The quality of leadership is the decisive strength or weakness of organizations and institutions. The quality of your leadership in this particular dispensation, the quality of your leadership is the decisive strength or weakness of your organization or startup. If you have weak leadership, it is going to hurt your business. It is going to hurt your career. But if you have strong or quality leadership, it is a decisive strength for that your business. So if you are not very strong in leadership, you're not very strong in how you communicate with your employees, you're not very strong in how you're firm in decision making, you're not very strong in how you lead your organization with courage and boldness, how you lead yourself with high self-confidence and self-esteem, that can hurt your organization. That is a decisive weakness. For example, you're a leader and you find it difficult to make a decisive decision about terminating an employee who is terrible and is hurting the operations of your business. That can hurt your business. That can hurt your business. So from today, you need to understand that there is no way that you will thrive in a competitive economy if you are not very conscious when it comes to the quality of your leadership. Because this is a decisive element when it comes to the success or the failure of your business. Therefore, your ability as an executive, your ability as an entrepreneur, your ability to step up and provide the necessary leadership for your staff, for yourself, for your vision, is the key determinant of achievement in all business activities, in all career activities. I want to say that again. Your ability to step up when necessary, your ability to rise up for yourself when necessary, your ability to rise up for your business when necessary, and provide the necessary leadership is the key determinant factor, a key determinant element when it comes to key achievements in all business and career activities. What am I saying here? If you're that kind of person, you see things going wrong and you are afraid to talk about it. Meanwhile, you are the leader in that place. You are not stepping up to provide the necessary leadership. You keep seeing that your staff are coming late every day consistently. You don't talk about it. You are not stepping up. You are afraid that you're going to talk to them, they're going to get angry. And so what? You need to know that it's your responsibility to step up and carry out the necessary leadership activities that will push the business forward and put people in line with what the vision expects of them. There's a time to learn, there's a time to observe, there's a time to coach, there's a time to talk, there's time to advise and all of that. But there is a time that you have to be decisive. You have to be very decisive. There are some of you that until you start stepping up, you start stepping up by providing the necessary leadership. There are some key results you will never manifest in your career, in your department, in your business, or where you work, because there is a key element that is weak, which desires strength before you can manifest. Even if to lead yourself, there are some things you will not manifest until you step up and you start leading yourself. in the right direction. I said something yesterday in the group, and uh, I said something yesterday in the group, and I said, until you fight and conquer your non-productive old version of yourself, you cannot become a better version of yourself who can produce incredible results. There are many of us that we're still being held back because we have not conquered our old non-productive version of ourselves. We have not conquered that. Even the Bible says about putting new wine in old wineskin. You desire some level of lifting and breakthroughs and success, but your present mindset, your present actions, your present lifestyle, your present daily habits does not qualify you to receive, to be receptive to that new open door, to that new breakthrough, to that lifting, to that financial level that you desire. You don't qualify for it yet. You are not ready to receive it. You are not receptive to it yet. Desires are good, but the ability to receive the desire, the ability to be productive enough to receive the desire is very important. So until we continue consistently fight and conquer our non-productive old versions, we will never become a better version of ourselves, especially in business, especially in business dominance. This is very critical for us. And when it comes to this particular competitive economy, there has never been a greater need for the right leadership lifestyle at all levels than there is today. Never, ever, ever. The need, the strong need for the right leadership lifestyle is more needed in this century, is more needed in this decade than in any other decade. This is the decade that we have experienced a lot of things that are changing the business marketplace drastically. In the last 10 years, between 2022 and 2012, we have seen the biggest mind-blowing innovations. It is only in these 10 years that we have seen the most valuable companies in the world. No company in the history of humanity has ever been valued at 1 trillion US dollars. But at the moment, I think we have 4 companies that in the history of humanity, they have become so wealthy, so powerful, and they have grown so tremendously that they are valued at 1 trillion US dollars. It is in this decade that we talk about artificial intelligence. We talk about machine learning. We talk about COVID-19. We talk about massive use of robotics. We talk about social media taking over the daily lifestyle of people in these 10 years. It is in these 10 years we're talking about blockchain technology, where banks don't understand how people are moving money using cryptocurrency. A lot of things are happening. Governments don't understand how young people are becoming multi-millionaires without paying taxes, but they're living well. They don't understand many ways of digital assets and moving money digitally and creating value digitally and making money and creating systems and structures that is making them 10 years ahead of their own parents. They don't understand that. This is the kind of economy we are in. So there is a greater need for a particular type of lifestyle that if many entrepreneurs and many executives don't live or are not practicing that particular lifestyle, they will wake up and the society is like 10 years ahead of them and they will be struggling to catch up. Even now, many of you are still struggling to catch up. Many people are struggling to catch up. Many are struggling to catch up with what cryptocurrency is all about. Many of you don't even know how to use social media right yet. You're still struggling to catch up. Many don't know how to live stream online and do stuff using videos. Many don't know. Many don't even know how to do basic PowerPoint. We're experiencing that in a mini MBA program. So that's why somebody assigned me today. Somebody gave me a speech yesterday. You don't know how to use PowerPoint presentation. I think that's your problem and that your family. In 2022, you cannot use PowerPoint and you're speaking English. Better go and stay in the village so that we know that you don't need it there. Many are struggling to catch up. So you need to make sure that you upgrade your game. I was telling you, this is leadership for career dominance. This is leadership for business competitive advantage. It's not leadership to listen and go sit. If you do that, you will wake up someday and say, and Joybert said these things. You know, many of my clients always say these things to me. So that means I warn them, don't do this. Start doing this. They will not listen. 2 years after, and you said it. Yes, I said it, but did you do it? It's not going to cost you double to do it. So we need to know that there's never been a time like now when it comes to the desire for leadership. Perhaps the best news is that leaders are made, not born. That's good news for you, and that's why you're in this course. The best news is that leaders are made and not born. You can train and become an excellent leader. A person becomes a leader in this particular dispensation when a leader is needed and the individual rises to the occasion. Now, these leaders are made in this dispensation. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait for you to be installed to become a leader. No. That's old way of becoming leaders. In this particular dispensation, if a person becomes a leader when in a situation, in a circumstance, a leader is needed, and you decide to rise up to the occasion and become the leader. Like, for example, this morning, when I said during our sharing session, I said, okay, who has something to share? People who don't yet have the leadership mentality, they have things to share, but they sit quiet. But in that particular moment, whoever rises up to the occasion, whoever rises up to that particular calling and starts sharing without me mentioning a name, that is a leader. That is the attitude of leadership in this particular dispensation. You run a business, you see a gap in the market, you don't wait for a competitor to start doing it before you start doing it because you are afraid of risks. No. You take the risk. You rise up to that gap in the market. You begin to create a product, you begin to create a service to fill that particular gap. You rise up to the occasion. You lead the stakeholder, you lead that particular industry. There are many people that they have ideas, they are afraid to start. They are waiting for another person to start before they copy or before they get the confidence to start. And many of you do that here. When it's time to share experiences, many of you wait. When the first human being raises up their hand and start talking, I start seeing hands popping up. That is some of the biggest things that I still feel challenged that many of you say do why I'm PPA here. That's not leadership. You are not yet a leader. You don't have that mentality yet. You are still afraid to talk. You're still afraid to rise up to the occasion as the first person to get it done. Then something is wrong with you. You are not ready for this particular dispensation. Something is going on in the office. You rise up to the occasion. You talk about it with your boss. You talk about it with your team. You sort it out immediately. You stop waiting for your boss to follow up tasks. They give you a task to do, you do it and report. You don't wait for your boss to call you and say, I gave you a task. What is it? Not update. You're waiting for a follow-up. That is not leadership in this particular dispensation. A person becomes a leader. A person becomes an entrepreneurial leader when a leader is needed in the marketplace. And that entrepreneur rises up to the occasion, creates a product, create a service, launches into the market with the willingness to fail, correct, until they get the market right. That is an entrepreneur who will win in this particular fast-moving economy. Many men and women have lived average lives for many years until a situation arises that he or she step forward and accept the mantle of leadership with all that entails. There are many of you are still living average lifestyles. You are still living mediocre lifestyles. You are still living life sitting by the fence. You're still living life just being around. You're not doing, nobody knows you. Like for those who have been the PPM, the Performance Academy today, we're what, day 25 of the morning school. You have never spoken here. You're just behind the fence. You're just mediocre. You're just average. Nobody knows whether you're attending the sessions or not. You're just existing around the circumference of the Zoom sessions, right? But and when you do that, I tell you guys, right? It's a character. It's a lifestyle. When you do that, anywhere you find yourself, that's how you behave. You don't show up. You just try to fit in. You just try to behave like one native doctor in a shrine. You're just there. You just take that attitude, that mentality, that lifestyle anywhere you go. So you hardly stand out. You're hardly given responsibilities. That's why many of you have been in places whereby people who are less competent than you, people who have everything less than you, but they just have only courage and boldness. They get opportunities you don't get because you don't have this kind of leadership mindset. You are more intelligent than them. You have gone to school more than them. You can speak more than them. You even have more money than them. You have everything more than them, but they are leading you. They are taking charge of you. They are responsible for you. The difference with you and them is that when the opportunity showed up, they rose up to the occasion. That's why many people, they live life at the age of 30, 40, 50, nothing to show for, nothing that makes sense they can show for. Luckily, maybe they got a salary. The only thing they can show for is that they got a job, and they got a job, maybe no promotion, no increment, because all they were doing is copying and pasting. You become a leader in your business and in the world around you by practicing the qualities and behaviors of leaders who have gone before you. That's one thing that is good about leadership. You can look at what somebody's doing. You can look at what somebody's lifestyle, somebody's habits. You can replicate it into your life, contextualize it, and take it forward. Like any set of skills, leadership is developed by practice, repetition, over and over again until you master it. Yes, like any set of skill, leadership is developed by practice, repetition, learning over and over until you don't become a leader overnight. It takes training. It takes learning. It takes you showing up and failing. It takes you showing up, people saying that, oh, you're not a good leader, you are this, they shout at you, they disrespect you. That is what it takes for you to become a leader. That's what it takes. So until you are practicing, like I was telling you during the PPA program, yeah, many of you desire, through the work that you do, you need speaking skills, for example, you need a lot of stuff. But during the time for sharing and ask questions, nobody's talking. But at the end, some people come to my WhatsApp and are telling me, oh, this has happened. Oh, this is going on, this is going out. Why didn't you share in class? Why didn't you share during the session? Why didn't you share during the course? Are some of you saying that you're responsible for where you are? As I always say, there are some of you that your daily lifestyle is holding you back. But I can bet that you went to church on Sunday yesterday and you are praying and killing one innocent witch that they should leave your destiny. Meanwhile, you are the holder and the blocker and the destroyer of your destiny with the kind of lifestyle that you live. Meanwhile, that witch is very, very innocent. Very, very innocent. She's even hungry, don't even know what to eat yet, and you're blaming him or her that she was flying in the night, the whole night, that she has not eaten. I am blaming her in the night that she will fully her destiny. Guys, we need to rise up. And one thing about leadership is that it brings a lot of rewards. A lot of rewards. The rewards of becoming a leader are tremendous. Very tremendous. As a leader, you earn respect from people. When you're somebody who shows up, you get things done, you rise up to occasions, and you lead people with courage and boldness, you earn a lot of respect. Until you start showing up as a leader who leads your business, you will never enjoy the reward of profitability. You'll never enjoy the rewards of living a good life because your business is doing well, you're making some money, and you can give yourself a good life. Until you start rising up to the occasion of leadership, nothing is going to change. When you're a leader, you earn a lot of respect and support from people around you. You enjoy a great sense of control and personal power. You become capable of achieving goals and objectives far beyond the ordinary. And one thing about leadership in this career journey and business journey is belief. The more that you behave like a leader, and the more that you believe that you are a leader, the more positive you feel about yourself when it comes to getting things done. And until you become the kind of person who enjoys or who practices high self-esteem and high self-respect and command a certain level of personal pride, not pride in a negative way, but you command a certain level of personal pride, you will not exude excellent leadership. So you need to understand, that's why I spoke about self-leadership earlier. You need the right self-esteem. You need the right self-respect for yourself. You need to command the right level of personal pride. These things are critical on the inside before you can command external leadership and influence people in a good direction. It is your responsibility that in this dispensation, you need to feel stronger every single day. When you get up every day, you need to feel stronger. You feel strong that you can get things done. You need to feel and believe that you're smart enough to get things done. You need to feel that you are capable. You are capable of getting the right result. You are capable of leading people to achieve the right result. You become more effective in bringing about positive change in your work, in your business, and in your career when you have this type of mentality. And one thing is very critical. When you begin to think and act the way leaders do, and you begin to apply the laws of leadership, when you begin to apply the principles of leadership to your work, to your career, to your business, you will begin to attract opportunities to yourself. Many people don't have access to opportunities because they don't have the personality that can attract opportunities. Let me tell you, opportunities only come to capable people. Opportunities only come to people who show up. Opportunities only come to people who have the leadership ability to get things done. Opportunities only come to people that command influence. Whether you like it or not, that is what happens. So if you keep looking for opportunities and you are not showing up, you are not applying the principles of leadership, you are not taking actions the right way, you will desire these opportunities, but you will never hold them in your hands. You will never hold them in your hands. That's why in any program, they only give awards to the best students, because they kept on showing up. They kept on being active. They kept on using their capabilities to serve. They kept on doing things that people quickly noticed them. That is leadership. Nobody celebrates mediocre. Nobody celebrates somebody who doesn't show up. Nobody celebrates a human being that sits by the fence. Nobody celebrates average living. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Until you show up, until you're a leader, until you take the right actions, until you're courageous and bold enough, you will never attract opportunities to yourself. There are many of you in PPA here. You do a lot of good things. But when it's time to talk about what is changing your life, what are you doing with the lessons you're learning for PPA or the courses you're going through and all of that, you don't share. Now, how do you expect people to know you? How do you expect people to know that, oh, you provide this kind of service or you run this kind of business? So the more you exercise the qualities of leadership in small matters, the more you will be given an opportunity to be a leader in larger matters. The more you exercise the qualities of leadership in managing your life, your personal life, the more you can be trusted with a position in your business. The more you can be trusted with a position in your company. The more you can be trusted with a position in the society. So until you start practicing and exercising the qualities of excellent leadership in everything that you do, there are some things you will never handle. There are some things you will never attract in your hands. Therefore, I want to share with us 21st century leadership qualities. What are those leadership qualities I believe that are very critical for any business person in this particular competitive economy, for any career person? If you don't have these 21st century leadership qualities, they can hurt you. There are some people that they will work so hard in this dispensation, but they will handle so little. The problem is not that God doesn't want to bless them, but the question is they are not doing the things that qualify them to enjoy the blessings or the breakthroughs of this dispensation. Let me tell you, the way our parents led their life in 2000s, in 1995, in 1990, we cannot live life the same way. As I keep saying, our parents did not have mobile money. We do. Our parents did not have social media. We do. Our parents did not talk about cryptocurrency. Now we do. Our parents did not talk about YouTube and WhatsApp and many other things, but we do. Our parents did not talk about Zoom sessions, but now we do. Our parents did not talk about COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine wars, but now we do. So we're in a totally whole different dispensation. Our parents did not know about how to make money online. Now we talk about that. Our parents didn't know about online education. Now we talk about this. So you don't expect to take the knowledge or your old way of living in that particular dispensation and expect to handle new results. There are many young people right now who are gifted, they're skillful, they have the right energy, but they're stranded, they're broke, and they're struggling because they don't know how to use the digital space professionally. That is the only thing blocking them from their real manifestation. There are some young people who can do well tremendously, but they cannot talk to people. They cannot drive an intelligent conversation. They cannot speak in public. That alone is the weakness holding them from their destiny manifestation. There are some young people right now, all they need to bridge from where they are to where they need to be is the courage and the boldness to take that one important step to rise to the top. But they don't have it, but they remain mediocres. So we are in an economy where there are some certain 21st century leadership qualities that until you start manifesting them, you are going to struggle. And I want us to focus on these qualities and begin to look at yourself. There's something I call the decision-making matrix. What does that mean? When you're going through something new or you're learning something, you begin to look at what am I doing right now? And what do I need to start doing immediately? and you go further and you have an action plan. You write an action plan. Okay, from today, from tomorrow, from next week, from this, I need to start practicing or developing the following qualities so I can thrive in my life. And most importantly, there is something called leadership enabling destiny skills. There are some leadership skills that until you embody them and begin to deploy them, your destiny will remain stagnant. Every destiny requires certain leadership capabilities or qualities. And until you grow in that dimension, until you grow to that level of excellently deploying those leadership qualities, your destiny will be stunted. The destiny is waiting for you to become the person that can manifest it, but you are yet to become that particular person. That's why there are some people here that before they join, like someone telling me that the results that they have achieved in the 3 months in 2022, they have never achieved in the last 3 years of their life. The question is, they have been opened up to certain things that enable their destiny manifestation. There are some things that you will never handle until you're opened up to superior knowledge, superior skills, and superior execution. You will never manifest it. Okay, let's go look at the 21st century leadership qualities that I believe that any entrepreneur, any professional in this dispensation, if you really want to dominate and be relevant in this fast-moving and competitive economy, you need to practice this particular lifestyle. Number one, practice what I call laser focus. Laser-like focus. For those of you who understand laser is a very strong light. Very, very strong light. Very strong light. We are in the most, we are in a generation that is very distracted. Very distracted. You go on social media, you open your Facebook right now, you will see one comedian from Nigeria, you see one comedian from Cameroon, you see one music being launched, you see distractions are everywhere. You open TikTok is there, people WhatsApp status are there. Everything around you is orchestrated to distract you from your destiny. And if you don't have the qualities, you don't have the laser-like focus quality of leadership in this century, many of you will be consistently distracted from your destiny for the next 10 years. Many have been distracted already. There are some of you that you are very good at spending hours and hours on social media, browsing, looking at people's status, watching TikTok videos, watching this, going through Instagram, looking at the latest pictures and shoes and even screenshotting them and keeping them. Meanwhile, you're broke. You don't know when you ever buy them. Distractions everywhere. But the laser focus to tilt yourself, to discipline yourself, to do what is a value, to carry out a value creation activity at that particular moment is not there. The ability to concentrate on the right goal at the right time is not there. You don't have that laser focus. You will not thrive in this economy if you are not very good at focusing on the right thing. Hear this, somebody. Effective leadership is knowing how to prioritize the most important task. One sign that you are practicing laser focus as a leader in your career and in your business is that you are very excellent at prioritizing your most important task, and then you dedicate time, resources, and everything about you to make sure you achieve those particular tasks that you have created. Number two, confidence. You will not thrive in this particular dispensation if you don't trust in your abilities. A confident leader gives the organization the confidence that the business is in good hands. Leaders make tough decisions day in and day out, and there is always room for self-doubt. That's why confidence is very important in your career and in your business. Because as humans, we will always go through uncertainty. As humans who have emotions, we will always have self-doubt. You want to start a business, you have self-doubt. Will it work? It will not work. You want to open a new branch in another country, another city, you will doubt. Will it work? It will not work. One of the things that can help you conquer self-doubt and thrive in that business and thrive in that career is when you decide to trust in your capabilities. Confidence means that you believe in your abilities to get things done. You will not thrive in this particular economy if you don't command a certain level of confidence in yourself. There are people that will only trust you based on the kind of confidence that you command. There are investors that will only trust you based on the kind of confidence that you command around your business, around your startup. There are some promotions that you will only enjoy in your corporate office when your supervisor or the CEO can trust you because of the kind of confidence that you command. There are some of you here that I don't think even me, I can trust you because you're always afraid to talk. You don't command the confidence to talk. You don't share your experiences. You don't tell what's happening to you. So nobody knows whether you're existing or not, basically. I was telling you the other, yesterday, I was telling you guys, there are some of you in PPA, when you come for recommendation letters to go apply for a scholarship or to go apply for a better job and all of that, I quickly endorse you because I know you by name. I know what you do. You always share what's happening to you. You always talk. You're active in the PPA community. You're active in the Peak Performance Academy community. So I quickly know you. But some of you reach out, wait, are you in PPA? So we say, yes, I am there because it even happened it happens consistently in many events. When I go to event, somebody come and greet us, so I don't recognize me, but I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. So I'm in PPA. I didn't know you. And it is the same attitude that's in the marketplace, in the business setting. You allow self-doubt. You allow low self-confidence to steal your spotlight from you. And when you're not in the spotlight, nobody knows that you're available. Nobody knows what you can do. Nobody can vouch for you. You can only vouch for somebody you know. As I keep saying, if I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you, I cannot recommend you. But if you keep showing up, you keep doing the right things, you keep performing, you keep engaging, you keep rising forward, you will be known, you'll be liked, you'll be trusted, and you can be endorsed at any time. You can be recommended at any time. I was telling entrepreneurs the other day, on Saturday, money, we're in a dispensation where money is not a problem. There are many venture capitalist funds. There are many angel investors that have money they want to invest in Africa. They come to people like us, okay, you do a lot of entrepreneurship sector. Do you have companies in this area? Oh, yeah, the money is there. They want to invest. But who do we invest in? Who is showing that they're confident enough to produce results? Who is showing up consistently with proven data and portfolio or track record that they can be held accountable? Who is showing that they have a lot of confidence in their business and themselves to make this work? That becomes a challenge for many people. So you need to understand that you need to command a certain level of self-confidence. The next important quality in the 21st century I want to talk about is clear vision and clear purpose. A clear vision for your business, a clear career vision, a clear business vision is very important. A clear vision means you understand what you want to achieve, its purpose, and you know the facts and you understand its impact. A clear vision means you understand what you want to achieve. When an economy whereby people can be tempted to do many things, people are everywhere but nowhere. Many young people are everywhere but nowhere. One thing, I keep saying this, one of the best gifts that you can give yourself when you celebrate your 25th birthday, this is a personal opinion, personal analysis. One of the best gifts that you can give yourself when you celebrate your 25th birthday is that you must have determined the industry and you must have chosen what you will dedicate the rest of your life to do. Life is basically divided into 4 seasons if you look at life expectancy in Africa. The first 25 years are for you to make mistakes, for you to explore and do stuff, go to school, learn stuff. The next 25 years of your life is for you to build, not for you to do try and error. Yes, those who have passed 30, those are in 30 and all of that, you don't yet know what to do with your life. You can repent now, start doing the right things. But the truth is that time is already against you. The first 25 years of your life, the day you are born to your 25th birthday, it's time for learning, studying, exposure, failing, make mistakes. You are permitted to make a lot of mistakes. You are permitted to do that. Then the next 25 years of your life, 25 to 50, that is the age of building. This is not the age of try and error. This is not the age where you go to nightclubs, you go to drink, hang out with friends anyhow. No, this is the age of building consistently. This is the age of investing to build. You're not living life. You don't have time. This is the age of totally building. You have entered the prime of your life. That's why when I look at young people who have clocked 25, 30s, and they're still joking with their destinies. They're still doing anything that comes to their mind. I pity for them. It's because they have not looked at their life a few years ahead. At 40, you even start getting tired. At 45, you are facing out in strength. At 50, you should be thinking of retiring. And then from 50 to 75, you are focusing on legacy and transferring wealth to your next generation. You're setting systems, succession planning, strategies, and structures to transfer what you've been building. And you can only transfer what you have. That's why there are many of our parents. The only thing they gave us was education. They have nothing else to give us. Nothing else. Some of them could barely give us education self because they were ignorant. But we cannot make that particular mistake. So you need to be careful about you have a clear, that's why in all these phases, have clear visions for yourself. If you're listening to me right now, you're 25 and above, you're building decades. You have just 25 years to build something that will make sense. You will not have that energy when you clock 50. You'll be tired. And it's so terrible when you're tired and you're poor. I've not seen these papas who are in Douala and they're only at 50 something. They're on the steering, driving, fighting passengers with young boys who are trying to build their lives everywhere. What were they doing when they were 25 years old? You need to be careful about that. And that's why it's important to understand this. 25 and above right now, it's time to make sure you are not doing try and error again. You were permitted to do a lot of try and error between year one when you were born and their 25th birthday. From the 26th birthday, you are rugged in building. You drop some friends. Those friends are only call you when it's time to drink. Any friend who doesn't call you for business and opportunities, drop them off. They're not important. From 20, see, when you're 20 years, you can go and joke, you can go do all of that stuff. Learn, experience all of those things. From your 25th birthday, clocking 26, you've got to make sure that you're building. A clear vision means you understand what you want to achieve. If you're 26 and above right now, and you don't know clearly, like very specifically clear, what you want to achieve with your life, with your career, with the kind of business you want to build, there are many things you have not picked out. You're missing a lot on life. You need to talk to a coach, a mentor, an elderly person. Like, no. Very important. That is your most important decision to make. Let me say it again. If you're moving from 25 to 26, one of the best birthday gifts that you can give yourself is to decide which industry you want to dedicate the rest of your life to do. Is to decide the kind of career or careers that you want to dedicate the rest of your life to build. And you need to have a very clear plan to achieve it. You need to know the facts, and you need to understand the impact of that career to your life, to your family, to your finances, and to the future you desire. Don't embark on a career you don't know the negative impact and the positive impact. And every good career should have positive impact on. Imagine a thief, somebody at 25, you're stealing. That's a career now, but does it have positive impact? Only two options are involved. You get shot and you die, or you get arrested and you go to prison. No matter how long you will steal, one of these must happen to you. That's the fact. But it's a career, of course. People choose a career. Same for scammers. People decide what they want to do with their lives. Next, the next skill that you need to win the 21st century is what is called intellectual humility. Intellectual humility. If you are picking out some wisdom, indicate in the chat box that you are not sleeping and you're learning something. Chat box, are you still there? Yes, if you are not sleeping, indicate that you are not sleeping and you're learning big time. And you're going through some deliverance. All right. Good. I see you. I see you. Thank you. All right, let's proceed. Let's talk about intellectual humility. You know, this is one of the most powerful skills. We're in a society whereby a lot is changing. A lot is changing. A lot is changing. So if you don't have intellectual humility, you will struggle to be a very good leader. Humility in this dispensation does not mean you are weak or you are voiceless. It actually means you have enough confidence in your leadership that you uplift your team members so they can grow. Yes. You don't try to be a leader all the time. You put your team on the spotlight too. You give them opportunities to rise and test their potentials. You stretch them forward. That's called intellectual humility. Right? Like for example, there are many people who don't like to recommend, who don't like to give people opportunities. If it is not them to take advantage of that opportunity, they don't give to another person. They don't have intellectual humility. Intellectual humility means that you have a lot of confidence in your leadership, that you quickly recommend another person. You quickly endorse another person. You can uplift your team member to take opportunities while you sit, watch, and coach them to do better. That's why it's called intellectual humility. It is very important. Because leadership means influence. If nobody's rising because of you, you cannot call yourself a leader. If you're that kind of person that you keep feeling intimidated, you don't give people the spotlight, the opportunity to perform and utilize their potentials, you don't have intellectual humility and you're killing your business. Because a business only rises when talent in that business begin to rise. A business that's why fear a business that the boss does not listen to suggestion from the staff. And if you're a leader, you're an executive, a CEO, fear a staff who does not suggest that how a business should grow. They don't bring in new ideas on how the business should grow. It's not a good staff. They should suggest something, improve something, advise on something. So practice intellectual humility. The next skill that you need in this dispensation to thrive in this competitive world is what I call 360-degree communication. 360-degree communication. What does that mean? If you are in this dispensation, you are in this fast-moving competitive economy, you need to learn all the new ways to communicate with your target market, to communicate with your employees, and to communicate with anybody who needs to hear what you have to say. What does that mean? If you're a leader in this dispensation and you desire to thrive in this fast-moving economy, you need to know how to practice 360-degree communication. What does that mean? Number one, when it's time to talk, you talk. When it's time to engage people through public speaking, you talk well and engage people. When it's time to engage people through one-on-one conversation, you carry out intelligent one-on-one conversation. When it's time to engage people through a virtual platform, it could be Zoom, Skype, Hangout, Microsoft Teams, whatever platform, StreamYard, you excellently do that. When it comes to engage people through presentation, using PowerPoint to present, you excellently do that. When it comes to engaging people through write-ups, written content, you excellently do that. When it comes to engaging people through videos, you excellently do that. When it comes to engaging people through social media content, it could be written content or videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, you excellently do that. When it comes to engaging people through graphics, through yes, graphic design, flyers, and all of that, you know how to excellently conceptualize a flyer and even design it yourself, or you have somebody on your team, or you can pay somebody who can communicate what you have in mind. 360-degree communication. We're in a dispensation that you cannot be failing on one side. Even just knowing how to take good pictures with, I mean, if you don't have phones, you cannot take a good picture with it. You cannot take a good corporate picture with your phone. That's communication. You cannot take images of a situation and excellently write a report about it. You're lacking in that area. That is an important part of communication in this dispensation. Now, I was talking with the school proprietors in a training session. They invited me to talk to them. And I was telling them that, I was advising them, if your school is running a marketing degree, and that school you have not added how to create TikTok videos, how to create engaging YouTube videos, and how to create engaging social media videos, then you are lacking a lot when it comes to marketing. We are now in a dispensation whereby people want to be engaged through social media marketing. If you have not added how to do paid art on social media, you have not added how to create content on social, you have not added social media marketing, search engine optimization as a course in your marketing degree program, then you are not training young people for the marketplace. I told them that. I told them that if you run a journalism program and you don't teach your students how to create blogs, how to run an online news channel on YouTube and Facebook, how to do short videos, 3-minute, 5-minute videos, and make it go viral on YouTube and social media, you are not teaching your journalists the right thing in this particular dispensation. You're training them to be late in the marketplace. We're now in a generation where young people don't watch television. I don't have TV in my house in 2015. I don't watch television. I'm always on TV, but I mostly watch myself on screen. If you interview me and you don't put it on YouTube or you don't send it to me, I will never have the opportunity to watch it. Or if somebody don't watch it and send to me the clips, I will never have the opportunity to watch it. I will just be hearing that I was on TV and that is it. And there are many young people like that. They don't have time to be on TV. We are on the go generation. If it's not on our phone for us to watch while going somewhere, we're not going to watch it. And that is where the marketplace, that's where the economy is going to. So you need to be ready for that. We are in a generation people love to see. So you cannot claim to be an entrepreneur, you cannot claim to be a CEO when you cannot design a good-looking PowerPoint presentation. Something is wrong. Some of you cannot sit on a video. You cannot record yourself on a video using your phone, looking at the video the right way, talking and smiling and talking sense. You cannot even do that. You are lacking in that particular area because it is part of communication in this particular dispensation. Some of you cannot write, create written content, write paragraphs of stuff without making errors in English and all of that. You don't even know the apps that you can use to correct your English online so you can put something that makes sense. Let's forget that your English is bad naturally. But how can you use technology to improve on your English before you publish anything? It's not there. We've got to improve. Some of you can even create a good Zoom session that makes sense and teach people something. That is virtual communication. You need that in this dispensation before you can thrive. Next is honesty and transparency. We are in a generation and a marketplace whereby reputation has become more important than money. We're in a generation whereby if you are not trustworthy, you will not have opportunities. We're in a generation whereby you can quickly be detected that you are fraud or you are fake. So stop trying to lie. Stop trying to live a fake life. You'll quickly be discovered. There are a lot of technologies everywhere, satellite. Every day can discover your lies, la, la, la. So reputation and being trustworthy or commanding a high level of honesty and transparency has become more important than ever before. There are sophisticated technologies now. Do you know that when your phone is off, you know that the government of this country can still listen to you and anything you're doing in your house, they want to track you, you know your phone is off? There's a technology like that. You know, the police has technology. If somebody steals your phone, they can see the audit, they can see they can see who they use the phone to call and all of that. The tech is there. So we have laptops. You don't know the kind of things this white man has put inside a laptop. They can track you anywhere. Whatever I do with your laptop, if they know something, they're just ignoring that you're still a baby. Like most of these scammers, they're just ignoring them. They're still babies. When they want to catch you, they'll catch you. Interpol will catch you. And one time in 2012 or no, 2010 or so in Bamenda, when some white guys, they call them Interpol police, international police, when they came right to Bamenda to come and arrest one guy, those guys have never been in Bamenda, never been in Bamenda, but they were walking the street as if they use satellite. They know all your movements. They know the nightclubs you go to. They know where you go and drink. They had the roadmap of those guys all. And that's why they arrested them and took them. I don't know where they took them to, but or that they took them out of Bamenda. So when I look at people trying to do mago and trying to lie and trying to fake stuff, like just like you don't know if you're doing if you're doing bad things now and you're not being caught, it's because there are more important things they're focusing on. Until you stay with all these big guys at the top, you don't know that they know things. They know, because I know there are more important things to focus on. They are more important. They are working with people who have grown. They're working with big boys. Like you're still a baby boy. They're still waiting for you to grow to that level. They know what you do. They know where you live. They know what you eat. They know everything about you. So there's no need to, anybody can dig up anything. They don't need to lie. Embassies can dig up anything about you. Don't go and lie. The embassy, this is what you do when you are not doing anything. They will dig it up until you are lying and show you proof. So we are in a dispensation, an economy whereby transparency is a critical asset, is a critical currency. Intentionally invest in building the reputation of trust and honesty. Until you are being perceived that you are reliable, nobody will like to work with you in this economy. So to be an effective leader in this dispensation, you need to appear reliable to your employees. You need to appear reliable to your target market. You need to appear reliable to your stakeholders. You need to appear reliable to your potential partners. People will trust you more when you are actually reliable. I've always advised my mentees, in all thy actions, make sure you are always on the path of ethics and professionalism. That's how you will live a peaceful life. Anything that will cost you your peace and make you look unethical or unprofessional is not worth it. It's not worth it. When anybody brings a deal to you, anybody they invite you for anything, always ask yourself this particular question. Is it ethical? Is it professional? Are you doing it according to the laws of the land? And until that is the case, walk away from it. It's not worth it. Walk away from it because it's going to hurt you someday. It's going to hurt you someday. Okay, so let's look at the next skill that you need in this dispensation to thrive is innovation and creativity. Innovation and creativity. We are in a dispensation of contribution and value creation. What does that mean? It means that people who are going to stand out, especially career-wise and business-wise, are people who can create, who can significantly contribute. So if you are not the person that intentionally creates, you can quickly become irrelevant in this dispensation. The economy can quickly move and keep you behind. So being in your creation mode is very important. Knowing how to create stuff. It could be creating systems, creating policies, creating projects, creating strategies, creating whatever that you can create. The ability to convert ideas into projects and services. That is why in this particular economy, fluency of ideas is one of the most important skills. Fluency of ideas. What does that mean? It means that you are good at converting ideas into a project, into a service, into something that somebody can understand. That is the fluency of ideas. So it is difficult for you to thrive in this dispensation, in this particular marketplace, if you don't intentionally invest in making sure that you can innovate and you can create ideas, and not only create ideas, you can convert them into a project. You can convert them into a written project, into a written business plan. You can convert it into a prototype. You can convert it into something that somebody can read and understand. Somebody can see and understand what you have been working on. The next is patience. Patience, yes, it sounds so basic, but we are in a very fast moving generation. And we're in a generation whereby people quickly want to be known. People don't want to go through the process of being credible or being relevant. So leaders who are not patient will feel the pressure and the stress of their job and consequently will not be effective. Without patience, it is easy to lose control in this particular dispensation. So that's why patience is a virtue for people. Get to understand what is happening in the marketplace. Get to understand the trends. Get to understand, get the facts, and make the right decision on time. The next one is decisiveness. We spoke about this earlier. The ability to make decisions and stand by them. Decisiveness is a key leadership quality in this particular competitive economy. When you have the ability to make a firm decision and you stand by that decision. But it doesn't mean that you are not open to suggestions. No, you are open to suggestions, but you are very good at being decisive. You are not being dictated by 10,000 opinions. No, you can receive 10,000 opinions, but you are very good at picking out the best opinion according to you when it comes to that particular moment. In leadership, everybody can talk, but not everybody has the ability to make that firm decision. That's why you must be confident that you can come up with the best decision if you listen to other people's perspective. The next thing that you need to thrive in this dispensation is leadership accountability. Leadership accountability. The ability to take responsibility for the outcomes of your actions and your decisions. You hold yourself accountable. You hold yourself responsible for the actions that you make. What does that mean? As a leader, when things go wrong, good leaders find solutions to the problem instead of looking for who to blame. You do that. The next is courage. to lead your people to victory and success in spite of difficult circumstances requires a lot of courage. There is no way that you would thrive in this particular economy without courage. It takes courage to launch a new product. It takes courage to launch a new service. It takes courage to relocate your company to a new town. It takes courage to launch a branch in a new country. It takes courage. It takes courage to bring in investors. It takes courage to do many things in business. So you need to make sure that you have the ability to move and take action even in the midst of difficulties. Why is courage important? People in your organization will look up to you when they see courage. People in your community will look up to you when they see that you are courageous. They will stay engaged and they will stay committed even when times are tough. Why? Because they know that they have a courageous leader who will lead them through this particular challenge. It is often said that a courageous leader is a confident leader. A courageous leader is a decisive leader. A courageous leader is a team player. Next is resilience. Resilience. If you want to thrive in this dispensation, you need to make sure that you are a resilient leader. The ability to stay calm in the midst of difficult times, the ability to keep on going in the midst of turbulent times, the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, in the face of trauma, in the face of tragedy, in the face of stress. That is resilience. We are in an economy whereby a lot of things can go wrong at any time. We're in an economy whereby things can change, governance can change, competition can change. Like I saw a young man yesterday sharing on Facebook that he's just about, he launched his restaurant last Saturday, I think. And he just said that he invested money and bought shisha equipment. He was selling shisha in his restaurant. And now they have banned shisha in Cameroon, right? He was so angry about it. Of course, that's what happened in business. Governance can kick you out of the market. Politics can come in play. Innovation, competition can set in. Activities, issues like COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war, many things can come into play. But if you lack the ability, if you don't understand the process of adapting in the face of adversity like this, of adapting in the face of threat, strategy, and stress like this, you will quickly give up on your career and on your business. Not this, everybody. Every career and every business will go through difficult situations. And it is during those times that your leadership will be tested. The test of your resilience is not your ability to avoid difficult situations. No. The test of your resilience as a leader in this economy is your ability to face distress, to face difficulties and bounce back stronger than ever before. The next skill that you need to win in this competitive economy is the skill of diplomacy. Diplomacy. Somebody said that diplomacy will get you out of difficult situations. The ability to meet somebody and lobby. Every executive should know how to lobby. There are some things that you don't get by power. There are some things that you don't get by going through normal channels. There are some things that you have to lobby. You have to be a diplomat. You have to negotiate. You have to collaborate. Learn to find ways that you can lobby people. You can meet people one-on-one out of the normal scene and talk. Diplomacy is a core skill in this particular dispensation. Without it, you will struggle. The next is the ability to initiate and solve problems. In this fast-moving economy, people are going to stand out are the people that can initiate. You don't wait for things to happen. You are not reactive. You are proactive. You anticipate a gap in your economy. You anticipate a gap in your industry. You anticipate a challenge in the industry, and you take steps to initiate, to solve that particular problem. You tackle challenges head on. The ability to negotiate and solve problems is a non-negotiable leadership quality. Why? Because problems are inevitable in career and business. So if you don't have the qualities of initiating and solving problems, it means that when problems will come, you will run away. If you don't have the ability to initiate, it means you don't have the ability to change the world. You don't have the power to change the world. Only people who initiate new things can change the world. That's why we respect the Elon Musk. That's why we respect the Jeff Bezos. That's why we respect the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Dangotes and all these great people, because they have the power to initiate. Without the ability to initiate, you don't have the power to change the world. You don't have the power to change your society and your business. If you keep waiting for others to do it before you react and copy and paste, you will never thrive and win in this particular economy. So leaders need to be the one who initiates creativity. Leaders should be the ones initiating innovation and development by challenging the status quo, pushing the boundaries to spark new ideas and creativity among their employees and their followers. Hear this, somebody. Hear this. Your followers or employees will only show initiative as a response to their leaders' initiative. Your followers or employees, your mentees or those who follow you, or your team members who follow you, they will only show initiative in response to their leaders' initiative. What does that mean? There are your employees that will not show initiative until you, the leader, show initiative. So we need to rise up and become people that can show initiative. The last point I want to talk about is empathy. Empathy. A leader who will thrive in this dispensation is a leader who understands empathy, the ability to put yourself in others' shoes. For those who have studied design thinking, you understand that design thinking for entrepreneurs, one of the key elements that can make you an excellent design thinking when it comes to creating a product for a target market is empathy. The ability to put yourself in the shoes of the people you're designing the product for is very important. Until you operate from the place whereby you are perceptive of people's emotions, you are perceptive of the experience and abilities, you will not connect with them. You will not get to create value for them that will sell. The only way to create something for people that will make them to buy it or see that this is important or imperative is for you to develop empathy. Put yourself in their condition. Put yourself in their emotions. Understand what they're going through as experience. Find a way to communicate with them and understand their feelings, and then lead them with empathy. When you do that, you will be able to thrive in this particular dispensation. Therefore, this is a kind of leadership mentality that you need to go through in order to succeed in your career and in your business in this fast-moving, competitive economy. Remember, the quality of your leadership is the decisive strength or weakness when it comes to your career or your business as an entrepreneur. Thank you so much. We can take a few questions to chat and we'll round up this session.